Hello and welcome to part 2 of the world's fastest eMac, and we are here today at Collin Mister's place, aka dosdude1. We're in the DOS lab. Say hi, Collin.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's get to it. Anyway, guys, I'm Greg Hrutkay Mods, and welcome to episode 3 of season 5 of my PowerPC series. Today's video, we will be recapping this eMac behind us with Collin, and he'll be doing most of the heavy lifting, so we'll just film it and watch. But yeah, we'll be recapping this, and then we'll be trying to do a 7448.
Yes, 7448.
7448 G4 upgrade in it, and see how fast we can get it to go. So let's start with this recap. All right, so he has me tearing it down, so let's tear it down.
Recapped.
Oh, that's probably where the popping's coming from.
Let's hope you have the cap for this.
I hope you have them, because I doubt I do. Let's see it. I don't even know if we're in the camera. That is, oh yeah. Nice cap plague there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the power supply, so that would make sense.
Yeah, it would cause some dirty power to CRT for sure. CRT looks fine.
Alright, we're really about to salvage caps of a freaking iMac G3 pad, right?
Yeah, because we didn't have them. I didn't even think the power supply. I should have thought about the power supply.
That's on you.
As well, like I always say, old caps are better than exploded bad caps. And they're pre-cap plague caps, so they'll probably last. We've gotten the nice 30-year-old caps put on here. It no longer has any bulged caps, so it looks good. Awesome. So yeah, Collin right now is redoing the logic board, so we'll have caps on it soon also that aren't all explodey. All right, Collin, explain how much you hated doing this.
Well, I don't have like one of those vacuum solder sucking tools because, well, I rarely do through hole.
Yeah.
But doing it with solder work just sucks. It takes too long, and
he was just moaning and groaning the whole time. Oh, I hate doing this. Oh, I hate doing this. It looks good, Collin. Good. So now we've got to hook it up to that and see if it still works before we can do the CPU.
Yep, exactly.
Fun. All right. Here's the first boot up since the recap. Well, the CRT kicked on.
Hard drive kicked on, so it is working.
We should have probably grabbed the mouse and keyboard. Oh, that's a good sign.
All right, that's a good sign.
That's a very good sign. So far, it works fine.
Good.
Yeah. So now we need to flash it?
Yes.
Fun. So now we are plugging an SSD into the optical drive bay to boot it into Linux. And Collin's doing his best not to electrocute himself on the CRT. Slightly nerve-wracking watching him do this. Okay, very nerve-wracking.
There's that Linux.
This is one of the open firmwares where you can control it with the keyboard too.
Yeah.
This should have always been an option. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
What?
Yeah, I've had a lot of GeForce that won't boot into Linux if you've installed it on a different system. This might be one of those. It will just keep crashing back to the screen. Well, yeah.
I guess I'll have to desolder the EEPROM and just flash it and dump it externally.
Oh, fun. Fun, yeah. I mean, the board's got to come out anyway.
Because then I have to put it back in and make sure it still works.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it will, but...
Okay. So right now, Collin is removing the EEPROM so we can dump it and then modify it so it will accept a 7448. Nice. Serving the hot chips, I see.
Yes. Alright, here's the adapter. It's just a TSOP adapter clip. Put it in there onto this board, which goes into the EEPROM programmer, which is right here. Okay, so we've got our dump, so now I just need to take this up to my main machine where we'll reverse engineer it and patch it appropriately.
Alright, I just watched him do a bunch of fancy hex editing, and now we're getting ready to flash the chip. Get programmed. So other than it booting, how do you know that it actually changed anything?
So I've done it before.
I mean, that would be a good reason why.
You know how many times I've done this mod now?
Multiple times for me.
Well, I mean that firmware mod.
Yeah.
Done that a lot now.
So are we testing it, or are we just...
Nope, we're just going to go straight to the CPU swap, because I already know it works.
Damn, you have confidence.
Yep.
Well, I have confidence in you, sir.
Good.
Oh.
I know it works. I've done it before.
Alright, so we tried an experiment with the eMac and it didn't go well. So we reverted, and now we're doing the CPU swap. Collin right now is reballing this 7448, and we'll take it from there. Reball it and stick it on the board.
Now we just have to solder it on, but first I want to see what kind of V-core regulator this uses.
Run.
Just in case I need to change the voltage on it. Which I may or may not do, depending on how difficult it is.
Guess we'll find out. Alright, so Collin's getting ready to take the 7447 off so we can put the 7448 on. Alright, so Collin's gotten the 7448 on it. He's also overclocked it to 2 gigahertz. We're going to see if it works, and if it does, we're basically done, other than putting everything back together. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, here's coming the first boot up.
It's just a test. We still got to do a few more things, but we'll see what it does.
So, Mr. I'm an idiot, we're not going to forget anything this time, are we?
We're not going to forget anything this time, trust me.
Yeah, guys, every time we make a change on the board, we have to literally take the whole bottom half of the eMac back apart and then reassemble it. And then take it apart. And then reassemble it. And then take it apart. And then reassemble it. Fun times. Alright, well, we'll be back. Tip number 2. Sounds like it's either the CPU or the ROM flash just getting...
I know the ROM flash worked.
You're 100% confident in that?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure of it.
Alright then. Guess we're trying a different CPU then.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like it's booting. Cool. Well, we thought the first CPU might be bad, and it looks like it might have been. We're about to see if it actually boots. Well, I hope it does.
This makes it incredibly annoying and difficult to test.
It does, doesn't it? As long as it's there, we'll do something.
This one's stripped out.
Oh yeah, that one's definitely stripped out. We don't have any bigger screws for it. Oh boy.
I mean, as long as it just stays together.
Yeah, that one sprung right back out.
It just keeps getting worse every time.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one came out.
Well, if I hold it here and hopefully don't get electrocuted, we might be okay.
It might be okay.
Try it.
Those aren't going to fit.
At this point, you might.
Nope.
None? Crap.
God, this thing sucks. This thing absolutely sucks. Board's not even close to being in.
Well, what are you swinging all the time on? Is there a way you can just directly plug the board in?
No, it has to be on the connector. Now that one's stripped out. God! Why is this thing such a piece of junk?
Because Apple produced them as cheaply as they possibly could.
No, that one's too small. It doesn't bite. I just need something like right here to like hold this part in.
Use your tongue. Yeah, use your tongue. What about a bunch of styrofoam?
It's hard for me.
There you go.
Crushed it. Let's try it. Yeah, just hold it up.
Look up. Trying to figure out where to grab it.
Okay, now it's like down on that.
Yeah, it just cut right through it. Like a hot knife through
But it's
butter.
still holding it. It's still good.
Well, that's good. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
That's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be rigid.
Yeah, there's the hard drive. Well, that's a good sign.
Okay, that's what I
That's a good
expect.
sign. That's a good sign.
Now we need this. 7448 at 1.25. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
1.34. It's not bad. It's back. I'll try to increase it.
Okay, then.
1.40.
That's right on the money. It's loading.
The screen is on.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just see if it boots. Sounds like it is.
Yeah, here comes Leopard. Well, that's blue screen now. There it goes. And, yep, we're booted. Thing is it's stable is the question.
Yeah. And maybe these things are very, very sensitive to V-core voltage.
Yeah.
So maybe now that it works, we could do 2 gig. We'll see how stable it is.
Yeah.
And if it's stable enough, we might go. Alright, let's see what we're running at first here. 1.83.
Mm-hmm.
So that's as expected.
It's really hard to film with this refresh rate.
You got the 1.67 or 167 megahertz bus speeds.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that.
That's good.
All right, I guess we'll just start with Geekbench. Do you have that on here already?
Yeah, it's in application somewhere.
It did it.
Over a minute faster, too. It's over 100 points faster.
Yeah.
Well over 100, probably. All right, so what we're doing?
So whenever you want to switch OSs, all you got to do is boot to NVRAM RC recovery thing that I made. And then you select which patch to apply.
Where are the other drives?
Oh, I clicked split. What did it do?
Oh no, Collin.
Oh, I guess you have to reinstall
it. Yeah.
See, OS APM doesn't let you resize partitions, does it?
Yeah, it does.
That's what I did. I literally clicked on Leopard, clicked split.
All right, guys. So Collin managed to nuke my whole hard drive. Thanks, Collin.
Sorry.
So we had to reinstall a few operating systems to make it work again. But if we go over to about this Mac, it's a 1.83 gigahertz PowerPC G4. More info. We can see the 1 meg of L2 cache. This makes this basically the fastest probably in the world. So I can safely say it's the world's fastest eMac.
Yeah, even though we couldn't get it to 2 gigahertz with the chips we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still was a good upgrade.
We tried multiple chips. We tried how many?
Like 4 or 5? 4
or 5 of those chips. And we finally found one after we modified the voltage a little bit that works fine at 1.83. And that's plenty enough for me. The thing is, now with OS 9 compatibility, there's a little caveat. And this is the reason why Collin wiped my hard drive. All right, so that caveat there is now, since this has a 7448 in it, we have to go into his custom patcher to make this work. Okay, so the only thing we have to do is set NVRAM for OS 9, reboot, and then go back into the boot menu. All right, so now that we're back in the boot menu, we just boot it like normal. Now, anytime I need to go back in OS 10, we've got to repatch it, but that's just a minor drawback. Let's get the screen resolution to something that is happy with the camera. There we go, that's a little better. So if we go to Apple System Profiler, 1833 megahertz. And we still have the RAM. So we can safely call this the world's fastest G4 eMac. Anyway, guys, so let's wrap up the video. Well, anyway, guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you again, Collin.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Yeah, this was a pain.
It was a pain.
Collin basically said he will never, ever, ever work on an eMac ever again.
I won't do any like upgrades on an eMac that are like this, because it just takes too long. And you have to take it apart every single time to test it.
But would you recap another one?
Probably not. It's not worth it.
He just doesn't like recapping. He doesn't like going through
through stuff because it takes too long.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you, Collin, for having me.
Of course.
We are still filming a few other videos that I need to wrap up, but I'll say my goodbyes in this video because this is the big video. So thank you, Collin, for having me.
Of course, no problem.
And yeah, don't forget, guys, I do have a Patreon. If you'd like to support me, there'll be a link at the end of the video and also in the description below. And I also have memberships now. And either way you support me, you get to see these videos at least a day early. So that's awesome. So if you want to support me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, guys, that's the end of today's video. And this has been a Hrutkay Mods video. Hi, I'm Greg Hrutkay of Hrutkay Mods, and welcome to episode 5 of season 3. That's not right. It's episode 3 of season 5. It's the other switch. It's the brightness switch. There you go.
That's better.
Kinda.
Your face is dark.
You gotta get the hat.
Yeah, the hat's blocking.
Better?
Here. If we had these lights further back. Yeah,
yeah, now I can't see.
It's gotta be. There you go. Perfect.
Just knock over the iMac, Collin.
Doesn't matter. No screen on it.
Oh, so let's start with this recap. Ow! Jesus. My knees.
What knees?
Exactly. That's a very good sign. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, you were totally in frame for that whole thing. Wait a minute. You could target disk mode into my... You still got my G4 high-res? It's got Linux on it.
Is that going to boot on this?
It might. I've got 2 builds on it.
I do have it.
They're both 16.4.
It doesn't actually boot right now.
Why?
Because the CPU that's on it is not happy.
That's why I left it with you.
Well, I haven't messed with it since then.
Oh, no. Well, we could try it. It might still let you do target disk mode.
It won't. It doesn't even post. You have to take...
It was working fine when I left.
I think I might have messed with it.
All right, so after he's taken apart the wrong PowerBook and then said, wait a minute, this isn't yours, he took apart my PowerBook and we pulled the SSD out of it, and we're about to see if either install a Linux on it will work. Yeah.
There's 2 Linux purchases.
Yeah, I've got Ubuntu Mate and Ubuntu on it.
Which one's Ubuntu Mate?
I don't know. It's not labeled. Smart ass.
You know what? This in there.
Oh yeah, it might help to have the RAM in it. False alarms. Speaking of machines,
Metal.
How did you strip them out?
I don't know. I haven't even been torquing them in.
Well, these ones on the floor.
Those are for the optical drive.
Why did you take this optical drive screws out?
So I can take the optical drive out.
Oh, it's for the actual. That's my optical drive.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the end of today's video, and this has been a Hrutkay Mods video. Cool.
Eyes are watering from the lights.